Hello, hello. Another live coming at you here with Joy Unhinged. How is everybody today? I'm hoping I will have a guest who will help me talk through my rant for today. And it's actually a good time. I really wanted to do this on Wednesday because the kids had the day off, but I have other things to do on Wednesday that requires screen time, so I had to postpone it to today. But the I got a call this morning. My phone is on vibrate uh, during the night, so the phone's buzzing. I thought maybe it was just the alarm clock, for getting up, but it was. I'm bleary-eyed looking at the phone, trying to decipher. Do I know this number? Who is this? And then by the time I was like, oh, that's the school. Because for some reason, like it's saved. My contact is saved as the school, but for some reason, sometimes it doesn't come up with the school name on it. It just comes up with the phone number. So it might be because the schools have like different extensions or something. So depending on what extension they call out of, I don't know. But by the time I hit take the call, it had already gone to voicemail. But then I looked at the time, seeing the time was like 4 a.m. I was like, oh no, it's some kind of delay because there's supposed to be some icy rain rolling through today. But from what I had seen on the forecast, it wasn't going to be icy and it wasn't going to be heavy rain until the afternoons. So I didn't understand. But I was like, 3 hours, 3-hour delay. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to sleep. So I turned off. I did turn off my my alarm clocks for the morning because I have a couple of alarms set up for when my first child, when I get up, when my first kid goes off to school, and then when the rest of my kids go to school. So I turned all those off because they were irrelevant, and I went back to sleep. I knew it was going to take me a minute to get back to sleep because it always does when it's already a certain hour. And then, you start thinking stuff. So luckily, though, it didn't take me that much longer to get back to sleep. And then, what else? My husband was pretty quiet leaving for work in the morning. So I didn't get woken up even earlier than, the normal time I normally would wake up. So I was able to get like an extra hour, which is how it usually works. Like in the weekend, I get an extra hour of sleep, and that's about it. So, yeah, 3-hour delay. It doesn't go against their number. 180 days is the mandated number of days schools have to be in session. What I'd like to know is how many of those days student has to be in the classroom physically. Like, what is it, truancy? Is that the word? I haven't used it in a while. What is the amount of the number of absences you're allowed to have before somebody comes a knocking? Like, how many actual days does a student have to be in the classroom to qualify as having fulfilled whatever that time is? And, why isn't it like student based because some kids are better learners than others and all that. But anyway, I know they like to keep it simple and have everybody on even keel, which is problematic in itself. What was it? Yeah, so on Wednesday, the kids head off for Lunar New Year, which is celebrated for the East. I've seen Southeastern, but I don't know why it would only be Southeastern. But the eastern part of, hey, there he is. There you are.
Yeah, sorry, I'm late. I'm in the hospital with the wife. She's still in having her procedure done. So go ahead.
Oh, you're in the hospital.
No, I got time. I think she'll be done. It's like 4 hours. She should be done another hour from now.
Oh, okay. We won't take that long. That's good.
All right.
Okay. Did she get in late? Is that what it was?
No. It was just that taking that long. It's a 4 hour. I think she went in at 8 o'clock this morning. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. At least it's curable.
Right. So is this like a one and done, or she has to keep
one and done.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a one and done.
Okay, good.
She was just having some issues with. She developed it later in life. Just recently, she just developed it. Her heart was like racing for some reason. So it was something they were saying that they gotta go and cut off, or do something to it, whatever. It's a one and done thing.
Okay, good. And what's the recovery time?
Oh, sure, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't like hospitals. But anyway, I don't know. I try to avoid these places like courtrooms.
Right.
So what was the subject today? Now, what was the subject matter here?
All the school day offs that they have, and the newest one they just came up with.
Oh, we don't have those.
Oh, because you're a private school. Yeah, that's why I wanted you on, because you're a private school. So that's a different ball game from the public school system. So that's a good, difference of ideas. So okay, so this new one is the Lunar New Year. So the ones that like a lot of Asia celebrates. This is their New Year. December, January 1st is our New Year.
I got you.
But
Okay,
now the public school systems have it as a day off, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But at the same time, and also there's talks of adding Diwali, which is the Indian type, also some kind of New Year for them, their own holiday. I'm not sure if it's a Christmas or a New Year or a spring. I think it might be spring even. So another holiday for another group of people.
So
my gripe is that.
What is your gripe?
Why does everybody need a holiday and everybody have, not celebrated, obviously, but, everybody has a day off?
Hey,
now, I understand.
You gotta have the DEI in there.
The majority of your system, if your town is more of that people and they're all going to be off of school, obviously, it makes sense that district would have off. But if you're like, Jewish, if your whole district is Jewish, why are you taking this day off? Like, why does it have to be a whole country just for the schools, having to take off these days? And then,
there you go.
Like, schools are 180 days. You have to be in class for 180 days in the public school system.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the times these days off had been like administrative, days where they have like teacher conferences or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So since we're still keeping the 180 days, so they're either taking it away from those administrative days or they're tacking on extra days. Like our school doesn't end until the end of June, which is ridiculous. It's a long time. You only get like a month and a half of vacation, practically 2 months maybe. And to me, that's like, why? Like, it's hard to schedule like vacations, family time, all these other things.
Don't worry about it. You're gonna be mad in a couple of more years. Don't worry. So you're
ranting.
See, there it goes. I always tell your people, y'all be ranting too much. See, that was the reason why they had the days off. Called back again. DEI, right? Which Trump tried to get rid of the situation, right? It's all about inclusions because it's different. It's different people in the school systems that you're in. But here it goes. There's been talks for about the last 5 years about just ending summer vacations. Period. There's no need for. See, the days back in the days when kids were out of schools because they was helping their parents around the farms, right? You don't have that no more. So we still following traditions of summer vacations, winter vacations, but really, they trying to end that now. That's when the talks of ending those summer vacations with your family to Walt Disney or the Bahamas or Jamaica. They're ready to end it. They're not giving no more 2 months break. That's the works because people are complaining about American children are dumb. So let's keep it 100. And they're trying to get rid of the summer school system because those months were for harvesting. So they're trying to get rid of it. So when y'all go on the rants, don't go too hard on rants because
that's what this channel is for.
You might not be getting no family vacations. You're gonna be like where I come from, where your parents pulled you out of school. Like we were smart enough with our parents. We didn't have we had summer vacation because of the situations. But if my parents they worked, we didn't go on summer vacations. We went when they can go on vacation because they worked. So like even like my wife works in this hospital here. She's not getting those. I mean, well, she could get some summer vacations, but it's when her vacation, we pull the kids out and we'll be in other countries. So I don't know if you and your husband do that. So be careful because they're trying to end the summer vacations in America for kids in America. So because those were implicated when people had farms and stuff like that. They help their parents at the harvest. So
Sure.
I'm thinking the next 5 years that's going to be ended.
But I thought not summer vacation, summertime was also a good time for summer school for those kids who were not as smart and they had that extra time in the summer or summer camps, whatever you want to call it. But now for everybody to be treated the same, even if they're smart, to then still keep going to school because the less smart kids are dragging them down. It's not going to make them any smarter. It's just going to make them more bored, and they're going to be like,
No, but that's where it comes with parents got to get involved with the children education. You just can't send your kids to the schoolhouse and think they're supposed to do the whole job. So that's where you come in where, you know, the teacher should be reinforcing what you're teaching at home, hopefully. So I just don't get it. But in the next 6 years, my kids will be, well, every last one of my kids will be out of, into college. But yeah, I can see the next 5 years that, yeah, no more summer vacations. Because where my kids go, you going to school in 2 feet of snow.
right.
It's very hard for them to cancel school. Even they're going to do a snow delay or ice delay.
Yep.
They're not just saying, oh, don't come to school because of a little snowstorm. It's almost got to be where, like you need a dog sled out there to go there before they cancel the school. There'll be like a 2 hour delay.
Yeah, we had a 3 hour delay here today for I don't know what reason.
Yeah, because I found out the teachers want to get out of here for them summer vacation, so they don't want to do no makeup days. So they trying to get those kids in that school as much as possible. It'll have to be, like I said, 3 feet of snow probably before they cancel a snow day where I'm at.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not. Well, I'm gonna say the schools. I know some. I'm gonna catch some flack what I'm about to say, but the public school system that my kids go to is almost like a private school system.
Okay.
That one, when I've been trying to tell people like certain areas, they school. If you came to their school, you would think it's a private school.
Mm.
It's the way. It's so much stuff there for them to do. You'll say this is what some people are paying $1,000 a month,
Exactly.
and this is a public school system. And if I go say 7 miles this way, I'm looking at the public school system I went to in the Bronx, and I'm saying they public school system is like a private school system, and it's like wow, it's a big difference. But if you don't live in these areas,
Right.
you will never know that.
Right.
You will never know what their criteria are different because I'm like totally different from what I see the kids on the other ethnic group on the other side of the fence. They're not getting prepared like the kids in this school getting prepared for SATs and stuff.
Right.
There's so many programs and things these kids right now, like today, they all just hold a function for, they got their own version of Who Got Talent.
Oh yeah, cool.
That's the stuff they involve with the kids. But if I go on the other side of the track, well, I always say the other side of the track. Ain't nothing like that going on. Ain't nothing like that going on. You're gonna show your talents off in the recreation room somewhere among your friends.
Right.
They don't have these so much stuff. It gets to a point I'm tired of going. Every week there's something in a theater, somewhere in Westport, somewhere in Stanford, Fairfield. It's so much stuff where I'm getting tired of going.
Right.
The wife opted out a long time ago. And that's what I mean. Like people see me more than they see the wife because she come from this place where I'm at now in Yale Hospital. She ain't trying to go nowhere. Like right now, if they keep her today, I'm taking the girls at 6. Well, they gotta be at that school 6:30. And they just go. That's the whole life of them. And I'm like, it's just weird. It's just I'm from the Bronx. The wife is from the Bronx, and we're New Yorkers, New York City. But when we moved up here, the school system is totally different, and that's no lie. It's just totally different.
Oh yeah.
And like you said, most people, if I do show it, it'll be like, that's a private school. I'm like, no, it's not. It's a public school.
Oh, okay.
Small town. And then you look at these big cities like New York City and certain cities like Bridgeport and stuff like that. You got a big city paying a lot. and this is a small town here, have state-of-the-art stuff. So much for their kids to do free. You're not coming out your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, why is these other big cities like the Bronx, New York City, is struggling with the school system? That's crazy.
And a lot of our taxes are going to those places. And
Yeah.
like I even get teachers on one of the social media places. Like she lives up here, but she teaches down in the city. And she's like asking for donations for like clothing and, you know, toys for Christmas for kids. I'm like, what? Where's all the money that's supposed to be down there? Why is she needing donations? What's happening?
Yeah, and it goes back to your PTA team. I mean, I don't know if they still call it PTA, because the PTA that's in this school, the Parents Teachers Association thing, whatever that's called,
Yeah.
These women work.
Doing the
These
job,
women,
yeah.
they get
They're working.
sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
They got Coca-Cola, they got Pepsi, local businesses donating for, you know, they on things. So I'm like, you know, I don't know if other people, I can't, you know, I hate to speak about it, but why the other PTAs cannot do that? You know, they got where they do a food drive. You got
Right.
these so-called Italian companies, whatever, donating cans and stuff, food and stuff from these big, you know, distributing companies. But when you're in a certain other neighborhoods, they asking for donations from either the government, or the food pantry, or the people themselves.
Yeah.
I'm like, these young ladies, these moms and people have that connection where they getting tractor trailers worth of stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, you know, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, part of it is because the people who work in the city live in the suburbs, so they're contributing their. Like I know somebody who works for like one of the big chip companies, so she takes her chips and she brings it to our school systems. She's not donating it to the chips in the city where she's working, you know.
Oh, okay. That's
part of it.
Corruption there too. That's a side of
Well, now our kids are here. She's going to donate to her kids' school.
Yeah, but that's corruption. You stealing from somebody else's children, and that, you know, that's a bad juju. But hey,
she's not stealing.
Yeah, she's taking from another community, taking it to another community. That's stealing. I don't care how we put it up.
The company is big enough that it could donate wherever it wants. She's just, you know, somebody who has connections and being like, okay, the school wants a fundraiser. Here's something, you know, to help you with that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's, you know, but going back to what you're saying, that so many days off for everybody's having their own holiday. Because just now, well, they didn't give no day off. It was the Asian, you know, Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
But they didn't get the day off. But the day in the school, they learned about the Asians. They did the cooking. They went into the gymnasium, I believe, in the cafeteria, which is almost connected to each other.
Yeah.
And they had people bring in different Asian cuisine for the kids to try.
Nice. Okay.
They show how to make those the paper candles, lanterns, and stuff. But they didn't give the day off. They just included the culture for others to understand the culture. Even when they have the Portuguese, well, it's Black History Month next month, something like that. But I ain't gonna lie, I ain't about 10 black people in the school. And they only about 10 of them in the school. I ain't gonna lie. But if I think twin girls it's 2 of the 10 black kids that's in that school. So, but it is what it is. But
like you said, why can't the parents just pull out their kids when they need to pull out their kids? Why does it have to be a holiday that everybody else is off, you know, that day, instead of being in school learning about the culture, that sort of thing? It's like, why are they making these days, and why are they taking away from the family? That's, I think, the big umbrella is like taking time away from the family.
But I never heard with your kids. It must be a large Asian community in your community where you at. For them to give the day off, like they gave a day off. I understand Martin Luther King in certain neighborhoods, whatever. So that's a national holiday. But you say they actually gave them the day off for the Chinese New Year. See, they didn't do that here. It's Asian kids there. But what they did, the day was there, but the day consists of the whole day of the school day was consistent of the culture. You know what I mean? Instead of giving them a day off and just sitting at home. So,
But there really isn't. I could probably count them. I mean, I haven't looked at all the kids, but I don't see a whole lot of Asian kids.
or the teachers
Like
are
the
Asian.
teachers aren't Asians, that's for sure. And it's the teachers who have to get to school to teach. So I
Oh,
always think if the teachers aren't, you know,
hmm.
affected, then why is everybody else?
Yeah, because I mean, there's like I said, the school had eight. Well, it's what the main course of the school where my kids go to is Caucasian. Let's say to round off the Caucasian side,
Yeah, yeah.
Portuguese. There's a few Asians there. It's a good hands of Asian there also. When I'm saying Asian, I'm talking about from India, the whole Asian
Right, a whole
continent.
continent, exactly.
The whole Asian continent.
Not just China and Japan.
Yeah. So you can tell, 'cause a lot of people don't realize when you say Asian, they just think of Chinese, but
Right.
that there are Filipinos, there's some Guam, there's some.
Russia is part of Asia, I thought, isn't it?
Oh, I don't get me the
Russia
line.
part of Asia?
I went to public school system in the Bronx. Don't give me the line. Don't give me the line. Nah, Russia's not part of Asia, but it's close enough to be part of
Sure
it.
it is.
It's like what is it? Highland, the Catskills to the Bronx, right? It's just close enough. Close enough. Yeah. But that's it. So what else you had on the market for today?
No, Russia is part of Asia. A lot of Russians, like the Kazakhstan's countries, the Stan countries, those are all Asian looking people. Russia is way part of Asia.
Oh, then you might as well say Mount Vernon and the Bronx is together. So I mean, you're gonna understand it like, yeah, kind of, yeah.
It
Yeah,
is
but
what
you gotta
it
remember
is.
before borders and things like that.
Mhm.
People, it's connected. They walked over, so it wasn't no borders until certain men came in and made borders. So
Right,
you see more Asian looking people in Alaska. Even though it was part of Russia at one time. So
right.
they travel back and forth, just like even this country it was more. I'm not even gonna say Africans. I'm not even gonna call the people here that was. I know we do want to take that credit, but I don't think they was African. They were just dark skinned people.
Mm.
They're associated because of the skin color. They was Africans, but I doubt they was Africans. I know we want to take that, but whoever was here was dark skinned. That doesn't mean they was Africans. Like people go, oh, the slaves are all Africans, and I don't think all slaves. The people who was here already.
Okay.
Let's call them Native Americans. Let's call them what people call Native Americans. They were just dark skinned. That doesn't mean they was Africans. You know,
Well, we all came from there then.
mankind. Well, here it goes. Hold up. I was getting to that debate. Mankind is from Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't debate that. I don't care if you're a Russian, whatever. Mankind is from Africa. So we all Africans at the end of the day. But that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother topic. Everybody on this planet is an African, or if that's what you want to call it. Because even the scientists say mankind started there.
Mhm.
So I don't know. But anyway, that's not the topic of the day. The topics are ranting about school days, right? School days.
Right. So, okay. So, in all, I'm against all these extra days off. And if they're going to extend it into the summer, the school into a long summer, it would only make sense if school ended at like 16. Like in other countries, kids are graduated at 16 and then they go to college or wherever. Like the Philippines, we end at 16.
Oh, but see, they cut that out because we could do that here in America back when I was a kid. We could do that
Right.
in America, but a lot of people don't remember that because they're young. They're young kids, they're young people. When I came, the way we got out of school early at the age of 15 and 16, right?
Yeah.
When we hit high school, we could give up our lunch period, right, and get an extra class, right?
Ah.
We was able to go to night school and pick up 2 extra credits, and we was able to go to summer school to pick up 2 extra credits without failing. But so many children in the New York school system were failing, and so they didn't allow the kids who was on level to go to night school or summer school no more to pick up those extra classes to get out of school early. I used to get the cops used to take me back to the school. They're like, "Nah, he's done." When I was a senior, I only had 1 class, and that class was at 7:20 in the morning. So I'm walking back up the block, and the cops will pull me over and drag me back as a truant back to the school. And they were like, "Nah, he's done." I only had 1 class in 12th grade. When I reached 12th grade, I only had 1 class. And then the second half, I finished, I finished in January, right? So school ends in June. I had all my credits by January. So technically, I was going to work. I was working at Burger King. So I was working at Burger King